Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning for breath and flow yoga. We're going to get started on our mats today. So if you haven't found your mat or rolled it out yet, go ahead and grab it. Also, if you would like something to sit on so that you're comfortable or your hips are more comfortable while you're seated for our breath work, feel free to go ahead and grab that. Something as simple as a pillow or a blanket will do, or if you're comfortable on your mat, go ahead and get comfortable there. So we're going to begin in a seated position, like so, cross-legged. If cross-legged is too intense for the hips or the knees, you can always feel free to sit on the heels and readjust as needed with the palms face down on the thighs. I'm going to instruct with my legs crossed to begin. Bradley just saw himself on the screen. It's okay, Brad, that's you. All right. So let's get started with our legs crossed. Just begin to ground down through your sits bones. So maybe you wiggle side to side and just feel those hips press down and towards the mat. Close the eyes. And just begin to feel your groundedness through those hips. Pulling the lower belly in just slightly so that you begin to elongate through the spine. Begin to stack each vertebrae upon the neck. So maybe you're leaning back a little bit. Let those shoulders begin to pull back so that the shoulder blades come closer towards one another. Allowing your heart to open forward. Feel length through the crown of the head, so you're giving space through the neck. Chin is parallel with the earth. And as your eyes are closed, bring your gaze to the point between your eyebrows. That's our third eye center. And it's almost as if you're looking upwards. Good. Allow yourself to relax, even if there's distractions around you. Good. Let's begin our breath today. So our breath will be Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. You're going to take your index finger and place it at that point between your eyebrows. Your thumb will close your right nostril. So we'll begin by inhaling in through the left nostril. Use your middle finger to close the left nostril as you exhale out the right. Inhale in through your right nostril. Close your right nostril, open the left, and exhale out your left nostril. Inhale in through your left nostril. Close and open the right. Exhale out the right. Inhale in through the right nostril. Exhale out the left. Inhale in through the left nostril. Exhale out the right. Inhale in through the right. Exhale out through the left. Inhale in through the left. Exhale out through the right. Continue this pattern in through the opposite nostril and out through the opposite nostril. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds on your own. Imagining that breath drawing up through the nostril to that point between your eyebrows, and flowing equally back out through the opposite side. Nadi Shodhana breath allows the body to balance equally on each side. So you're balancing your right and your left, your moon and your sun side. It brings the body back into balance, the mind into a more restful, balanced state. And it allows you to have a nice reset before moving into your next activity for the day. So continue your last round of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. And once you've finished, you can place your palms face down on your knees and begin to equally breathe in and out through the nose. So as you inhale in, let the belly expand with your breath. And as you exhale, let that breath fully release through the nose. Belly retracts back towards the spine. Big breath in through both nostrils. Deepen that breath all the way down to the base of your belly. And exhale, fully release that breath out. With a clear mind, begin to set an intention for your practice. Whether that be something that you're grateful for in this moment, or maybe something that brings you a sense of peace or balance, whether that's an image, a person, a place, or a thing. Whatever it may be, whatever comes to mind, bring your focus on that. Let your awareness encompass that thing that brings you peace, that brings you gratitude. And with your next inhale, begin to reach your arms up towards the sky. Extend your fingertips all the way up as the shoulders relax down the back. Gaze follows. Flutter the eyelids open so that you're gazing between your hands. As you exhale, take your right hand down towards the earth. Reach over to the right. Roll your left shoulder back. Maybe even look up towards the sky. Pull your lower ribs in. Roll that left shoulder back even more. Reach. And inhale, both arms rise back up to the sky. As you exhale, left arm reaches down to the earth. Roll your right shoulder back. Look up towards the sky. Arch through that right side waist. Feel length all the way down to your right sit bone. Pull your right shoulder back. Reach just a little bit more. And on your next inhale, both arms rise up to the sky. Reach up, look up. And as you exhale, begin to bow forward. Reach your arms out long in front of you. Relax your head and neck. So you're stretching through the lower spine, reaching all the way forward, bowing in towards your mat. Good. And then begin to shift forward, coming onto hands and knees, tabletop position. So your shoulders are right over your wrists, hips are over your knees. Pull your lower belly up and in so that you have a neutral spine as you gaze down between the thumbs. Next inhale, let's begin our cat-cow breathing. So as you inhale, shoulders roll back, tailbone to the sky, lift through your heart, open your chest forward. And as you exhale, curl back up and in, arch through the spine like a Halloween cat. Gaze between your legs, tuck through your chin. Big breath in, shoulders back, tailbone high, look up to the sky. Exhale, curl back up and in, tuck your chin. Inhale, shoulders back, tailbone high, look up. Exhale, curl back up and in, tuck your chin. Good. One more round on your own. Let those shoulders draw down the back. Undulate through the spine. Feel each vertebrae begin to warm, lengthen, and expand. And then we'll all meet in a neutral spine. Gaze down between your thumbs. And begin to extend your left leg back. So take an inhale, reach your left leg back behind you. Flex your left foot a lot. So you want those toes to point down towards your mat, so your hips are square down towards the earth. Ground firmly in towards both palms. And if this is okay, if you want more, inhale, extend your right arm forward as if you're reaching out to shake someone's hand. Extend through those fingertips. Roll your right shoulder down so that you're giving space to the head and neck. Create length, inhale, reach, pull up and in through your lower belly, ground through that left hand and right knee. And then as you exhale, begin to curl your left knee towards your right elbow, curling up and in. Inhale, expand, reach. Exhale, curl up and in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, expand. Now as you exhale, curl up and in, grab a hold of that left knee. Forehead might even come towards your left knee. Use your core to pull that left leg towards your body. Good. Ground down. One more breath. Now as you inhale, extend everything long, stretch it out. And we'll switch to the other side. So just let your right hand come down to the earth. And then on your next inhale, right leg extends long behind you. Flex your right foot. Point your right toes down towards the mat. So you're squaring your hips down to the mat. Ground through your palms. Shoulders peel back. Good. And if this is okay, you can take that left arm and reach it all the way out in front of you. Shoulder rolls down and away from the ear, creating space to the head and neck. Pull the lower belly up and in, ground through that right hand and left knee. Reach away from your torso, allowing yourself to create length through the spine. Take one more breath. Now as you exhale, take that left elbow to your right knee, curl up and in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl up and in. Inhale, expand. Now this time as you exhale, curl up and in. Grab a hold of your right shin. Pull your right thigh towards your chest. Left shoulder can roll back as you curl in, forehead towards your knee. Use that core to pull your right knee towards your chest. Good, and then on your next inhale, begin to extend everything out, create length. And lower hand and knee down towards your mat. Meet me in tabletop position. Good, so take a breath here, inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to crawl your hands forward, coming into puppy dog pose, Anahatanasana. Let your heart press down towards the mat as you gaze forward. Eventually, chin and chest come down towards the earth. Tilt your tailbone up towards the sky. Shoulders roll down and away. As you take your next inhale, shift onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. So your elbows are just slightly in front of the shoulders, palms face down. Let your shoulders roll down and away. Lift your heart. And then as you exhale, lower down. Hands under the shoulders. Roll your shoulders back, elbows point back. Take an inhale for baby cobra. So your elbows are deeply bent. Shoulders pull down and away. Tuck your toes behind you. Exhale. Hips press back towards your heels. And then this is Bradley's favorite pose. Downward facing dog. And so as you're in your first downward dog, allow yourself to pedal your feet back and forth. Bend one knee and then the other. You can even lift one leg to the sky. Maybe the opposite leg to the sky. You can shake your head out, yes and no. Just let it feel good. Let's get all of those little creaks out. Once you settle into your downward dog, feet are about hips width distance, hands shoulders width. Ground through your palms as your shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Spread your fingers wide like starfish on the mat. Take an inhale to feel those hips rise high. And an exhale, feel those heels press down into the mat even more. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, begin to step all the way up to the top of the mat. Take your feet all the way up between the wrists. Soften through the knees. Grab a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll arms, and just begin to sway side to side. Let the weight of your spine lengthen the vertebrae, lengthen through the head and neck. Keep your knees soft or even deeply bent so that the low back can expand. And then release your hands down to the earth. Take an inhale, hands come to your shins, lengthen your spine halfway, lift flat spine. So it's like you're reaching the crown of the head straight forward out in front of you. Pull your lower belly in, squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another so you're creating a flat spine. And as you exhale, fold back in towards the legs, relax your head and neck down. Ground through your feet with a flat spine. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, right hand down by your side, reach over to the right, roll your left shoulder back. Inhale, arms rise to the sky. Exhale, left arm down by your side, roll your left shoulder back, pull your lower ribs in. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, baby back bend, roll your shoulders down your back, look up towards the sky. Inhale, arms rise high, mountain pose. Exhale, hinge and bow forward, flat spine all the way down to your toes. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up, lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into a high plank pose. You can always lower your knees for an adjustment if you need. I'll instruct through high plank. So keep your shoulders in line with your hips. Ground through your palms. Shoulders are right above your wrists. Puff up through that upper part of your middle back so you're spreading your shoulder blades from one another. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Elbows are in line with your shoulders. Hover above your mat. As you inhale, begin to scoop through. Roll to the tops of your feet. Lift your thighs from the earth. Shoulders roll back. Chin is parallel with the mat. Gaze is slightly out in front of you, upward facing dog. Now as you exhale, roll back through your toes. Hips rise to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Bend your knees deeply. Look forward, step or even lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back over your legs, forward fold. Ground through your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach up and overhead. And as you exhale, right arm down by your side. Reach over to the right. Roll that left shoulder back. Inhale, arms rise high to the sky. Exhale, reach over to the left. Roll that right shoulder back. Inhale, arms rise high to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, lift through your heart, squeeze through the shoulder blades. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, hinge and bow forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, scoop through, roll your shoulders back, lift through your heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll back through your toes, downward facing dog, hips rise high to the sky. Ground through those palms, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back over the legs. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, right arm down by your side. Reach over to the right, gaze towards the sky, out past that left shoulder. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, left arm down by your side. Reach over to the left. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, bend your elbows, drop your head back, lift through your heart, expand. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and bow forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Feel free to step or even hop back, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, upward dog or even cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make your way back into your downward dog. Take a full breath in here. I apologize for that sound you hear outside. Apparently, yard workers are essential workers right now. But that's life at home. And let's continue to flow. Take an inhale, lift your hips high. And as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back over the legs. Take your feet together, bend your knees deeply. Pull your weight back in towards your heels. And as you inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Let your shoulders roll down and away from your ears. If this is ever too intense on your shoulders, you can extend your arms out long, palms face down. If this is too intense in the low back, feet can come hips width distance. That's also an adjustment if you are pregnant as well. So sit low in those hips, weight back in the heels. Make sure you can see all 10 toes down underneath you. Pull those knees back, squeeze through your inner thighs. Deep breath, feel those legs awaken. Now as you exhale, fold in, hips high, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or even hop your feet back. Flow through your Vinyasa. So your exhale brings down through chaturanga. Your inhale opens your heart forward, upward facing dog. And your exhale brings you all the way back, downward facing dog. Full breath here. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, extend your right leg high, three-legged dog. Flex your right foot so your hip turns down towards your mat. Reach that right heel high, press back as if you're stamping the wall behind you. Big breath in. Now as you exhale, pull your knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat. Keep your back knee lifted. Ground through your right foot. Inhale, crescent pose. High lunge. So square those hips forward, shoulders square forward. Get deep into your front knee, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, open your arms like wings. Let your shoulders drop down, the back shoulder blades squeeze towards one another. Expand your heart to the sky. Inhale, reach your arms high. As you exhale, hinge forward, lengthen your right leg. Tent your hands on either side of that right leg. Relax your head and neck. So this is a modified pyramid pose. Hips are squared forward. Relax through your head and neck. You can always use blocks or place your hands on your shins wherever you can find a place. Good, inhale, shift forward. Tuck your back toes. Right foot sends back to meet your left. Inhale in pie plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open your chest forward. Exhale, roll back through the toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Press that left heel all the way up, but keep those hips square towards the mat. Ground in towards that right heel. Feel length through the back of the right leg. Press that left heel high, big inhale. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of the mat. Square your hips forward. Ground into that left foot. Inhale, crescent pose. Square your hips towards the front of the room. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Expand up through the heart. Stay deep in that front leg. Now as you exhale, open your arms like wings. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Lift through your heart. Look up towards the sky. And then inhale, arms rise back high. Exhale, hinge forward. Take your hands down towards the earth. Begin to lengthen that left leg, coming into our modified pyramid pose. Square your hips forward. Relax your head and neck. This is a deep hamstring stretch. Stay with that breath. One more round. Good. And on your next inhale, shift forward into a low lunge. Tuck your back toes. Left leg reaches back to meet your right. Coming into high plank pose. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lower your chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift those hips high. Big breath in. And big breath out. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step or hop all the way up to the top of the mat. Meet me with your feet right between your wrists. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, swoop your arms up to the sky. Chair pose. Sit that weight back in towards your heels. Big breath in. Pull the lower belly in. Exhale, hands to the earth, hips high. Fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop back, and flow through your vinyasa. Remember, you can always choose to opt out of these vinyasas. We'll always meet in downward dog, so take this practice as you need. And you can always add a little extra too if that's in your practice. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, crescent pose. Step that foot to the top of the mat. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, open your arms like wings. Inhale, arms rise back high. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lengthen your right leg. Fold in towards your right shin. Inhale, bend back into your right knee. Exhale, step your right foot back. High plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises high. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place it between your hands. Take an inhale, crescent pose. As you exhale, open your arms like wings, shoulders draw down the back, lift through your heart. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Lengthen that left leg, fold towards your left shin. Inhale, shift forward. Left foot sends back to meet the right. Take an inhale and plank. And an exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's take 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Feel free to come into a child's pose. Knees open out wide, toes touch, arms extend out long to come back to your breath. This pose is always available for you. Downward dog is also an acceptable resting pose. So bring your attention back to your breathing, back to your intention. Whatever image or person or place or thing that you brought to mind at the beginning of class today, come back to that image. Allow whatever feeling or emotion that you feel when you think about that place, thing, image. Come back to your body. Come back into your mind. Last full breath, whether you're in child's pose or downward dog. We'll make our way back to downward dog if you're not already. Feel your hips rise high. And then as you exhale, begin to walk your hands back towards your feet, all the way at the back of the mat. Heel toe your feet out to the distance of your mat. So kind of the outer edges of your mat. Toes turn out, heels are in. Gently, as you bend your knees, begin to place your hips down between your heels, coming into yogi squat. Hands come to heart center. Elbows press your knees away. Let your tailbone drop down towards the earth. So if you do have that blanket or pillow handy or even a block, you can place it underneath your sits bones to kind of give yourself some more support here. And it's okay if you're only coming down partly way. Just imagine a nice weight pulling your hips down towards the earth and allow your elbows to press your knees away, expanding your heart forward. This is allowing the spine to lengthen. And just begin to close your eyes here. Bring the attention to your breath. Let your inhale draw all the way down to the base of your belly. Just imagine that breath flowing in. And as you exhale, imagine your body melting in deeper into this pose. Let each breath create a sense of calm, a sense of peace. Flutter the eyes open. Take your hands down to the earth. Lengthen your legs, turn your toes in, heels out for a wide-legged forward fold. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll arms, and just sway side to side. Let's let it go. Getting a nice opposite stretch through the legs. And Remember to stay connected with that breath. Good, and release those hands down to the mat. Heel toe your feet until they come hips width distance. Begin to walk your hands out in front of you. Lower down onto your knees. Cross your ankles. We're going to sit down onto our sits bones. Extend your legs out long. So remove the flesh from underneath your sits bones so that you're really grounded down. Flex through your feet. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hinge forward. So you're bowing over your legs. Extend your fingertips out in front of you. And then grab a hold of whatever you can. Maybe it's the outer blades of your feet. Maybe it's your shins. Maybe your hands are just on your thighs as you press your heart forward and flex through your feet. Wherever you are, allow yourself to find a nice surrendering feeling through the upper half of the body towards the legs. This pose is elongating the hamstrings all the way up through the posterior chain. Maybe even up through the head and neck. Just allow yourself to breathe here. 2 more rounds of breath, so count that inhale. And your exhale. 1 more round, inhale. And exhale. Take your time, unravel your spine, come all the way back up. Hands by your sides. Scoot your hips forward. Bend your knees. Arms reach out by your sides. And begin to slowly roll down onto your back. Try to use your core as you come all the way down. Take your heels close towards your hips. And extend your right leg to the sky. Flex your right foot. Take your right ankle to the top of your left thigh for thread the needle pose. So let your right hand press your right knee away. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe your hands come through and interlace around that left hamstring. Keep your right foot flexed. That protects your right knee. Keep your shoulders on the earth. Pull your left leg closer towards your body for a little bit more. And just feel this stretch through the outer right hip. This is a nice variation to pigeon pose, especially if you have sensitive knees. And slowly release, switch sides. So that right leg extends to the sky. Lower your right foot down. Left leg reaches high. Exhale. Place that left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Flex your left foot. Left hand can place on the inside of that left thigh so that you just press the knee away. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. If you want more, thread the needle. Hands come right around that right hamstring. Keep your left foot flexed. Shoulders stay on the earth. Deep breath. Gently release that right leg. Take your left leg to the sky. Extend it high. Exhale, place your left foot down to meet the right. Hug your knees towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Maybe rock side to side. And then take your hands to the outer blades of your feet for happy baby pose. Soles of the feet to the sky, knees open out on opposite side of your rib cage. Keep your shoulders down on the earth. Feel the spine press down to the mat. Keep your gaze steady on one point or close the eyes. If it feels good to rock side to side, let yourself massage your low back. Feel a good opening through the hips. Good, and then releasing your feet. Hug your knees towards your chest. Extend your legs towards the sky. Take your right leg, wrap it around your left. So your right leg comes on top of the left. Bend both knees. And you can stay right here. You'll feel this in the outer hip. If you want more, left hand finds your right foot. Right hand finds your left foot. Pull those heels close towards your hips and keep your shoulders on the mat. You'll feel this deep in your piriformis, outer hip, specifically your right side. One more breath here. Release your feet, extend them both to the sky, and we're gonna switch sides. So take that left leg, wrap it over the right, bend both knees. Take a hold of your left ankle with your right hand. Your left hand with the outer blade of your right foot. Pull those heels close towards your hips. Remember, go to your degree, so you don't have to grab onto your feet. Wherever you feel this posture is where you should be. And by feel it, I mean a gentle stretch, maybe an intense stretch, as long as there's no pain. Then you are in a good place. Take another breath. Release your feet, extend them straight to the sky, shake them out, roll your ankles out, spread your toes, curl them in, open them out. And hug your knees towards your chest. Forehead towards your knees. Squeeze everything into a tiny little ball. Big breath in. And exhale, release it out. Let your toes drop out. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Let go. Feel your body melt in towards the mat. Eyes are closed. Take this time to let your thoughts release. Let your body melt in towards the earth. You can continue with that image, that person, that place, your intention that you made in the beginning of this class. Maybe bring it back here. You can remain in this posture as long as you would like. If you are ready to move about and get on with your day, begin to bring movement back into your toes and your fingers. Maybe roll off to one side or the other. Begin to use your hands as eyes to crawl yourself up into an easy seated position, same as we began class today. Once you come into an easy seat, take your hands at heart center, bow your chin, close your eyes. Take a moment of reflection. Notice the effects of moving intentionally through your body, even just for a short 45-minute flow and breath. Acknowledge that peace that you've cultivated in yourself through your practice. And bring that peace out with you into the world and to the people that you see today in your home or that you speak with over the phone. And let's honor the light that dwells within each and every one of us. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. So if you'd like to know more information, excuse me, about classes or anything going on in the yoga community here in Hawaii, you can reach me at Katie Marie Yoga on my Instagram or even on my Facebook. I really appreciate you tuning in and sharing and liking, and don't forget to hit subscribe on my YouTube so you can see more of these videos. Feel free to message me either here in the chat or online, anywhere. Message me on my Instagram if you would like to see anything in particular in these live practices. Our next live flow will be on Thursday, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. It'll be another class similar to the one today, 45-minute breath and flow yoga. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.